Imagine it's early 2026. You're standing on a normal European street, a couple of compact hatchbacks, a small SUV, maybe an aging diesel wagon rolling past. Now fast forward just a few years in your mind. Same street, but almost every normal car you see has quietly gone electric. No drama, no sci-fi spaceships, just Polo-sized EVs, affordable city SUVs, and family estates that just happen to have plugs instead of filler caps. That invisible tipping point is exactly what Volkswagen and Škoda are aiming at, and the shockwave starts with 5 key cars: the Volkswagen ID.Polo, the ID.Cross concept, the Škoda Epiq, the Škoda Vision O, and the Škoda Vision 7S. These aren't just random concepts to fill motor show stands. Together, they're a master plan, a shared toolkit, 3 design languages, and one goal: to make electric normal in the small car and family segments by and after 2026. Welcome to AutoPedia. In this episode, we're going to unpack exactly how these 5 cars work, how they're engineered, and why the tech under their skins matters more than any single badge on the nose. We'll go deep on platforms, batteries, motors, charging, interiors, and human-machine interfaces. By the end, you'll see why 2026 isn't just another model year for VW and Škoda. It's the year their EV strategy for the next decade really locks into place. Let's start with the common DNA behind all 5 of them, because that's where the real story sits. Under the skin, Volkswagen Group is converging these cars on its updated MEB Plus architecture, an evolution of the modular E-Antriebsbaukasten that already underpins today's ID.3, D4, and Skoda Enyaq. MEB Plus isn't just a rebrand, it changes the way the hardware is packaged. For the ID.Polo and ID.Cross concept, VW has developed a brand new front-drive layout with the e-motor, single-speed gearbox, and power electronics all tightly grouped on the front axle. That reduces the number of parts, lowers weight, and frees up space at the rear because there's no bulky drive unit sitting over the back wheels. On Škoda's side, Epiq, Vision O, and Vision 7S represent the modern solid design era. That's more than just a styling buzzword. The design and engineering teams have been told to prioritize robustness, functionality, sustainability, and digital simplicity. You see that in details like Tech Deck or Tech Loop front ends that hide sensors behind glass, large aerodynamic wheels, matte paint finishes, sustainable materials, and interior layouts that deliberately reduce visual clutter while adding clever storage and new interface concepts. So with that in mind, let's look at car number 1, the Volkswagen ID.Polo, the car that's supposed to make the electric Polo finally real. The ID.Polo is sized almost exactly like the current combustion Polo, about 4,053 millimeters long, 1,816 millimeters wide, and 1,530 millimeters high, on a 2,600 millimeter wheelbase. But because of that new front-drive MEB Plus layout, it's basically a packaging cheat code. Passengers gain around 19 millimeters of extra interior length compared with the classic Polo, along with more width and headroom, even though the outside footprint is familiar. The numbers in the boot are even more telling. Luggage volume jumps by roughly 24%, from 351 liters in the combustion car to about 435 liters with the rear seats up and up to 1,243 liters with the seatbacks folded. That's compact hatch territory on the outside, practically small crossover space on the inside. From the driver's seat, VW wants the ID.Polo to feel like the reset button for its cockpit philosophy. The car debuts a new pure positive design language inside, a clean, horizontal dash with a clear instrument display, a central touchscreen that's been repositioned higher and closer, and a return to genuinely useful physical controls for core functions. Instead of burying everything in endless submenus, they've added dedicated rotary controls, improved steering wheel buttons, and simplified the menu structure. VW explicitly calls out intuitive operation and top qualité as priorities here, a response to criticism of earlier ID interiors. For a mass-market electric Polo, that matters, because this is many buyers' first EV HMI experience. The powertrain story is where ID.Polo really becomes the template for VW's small EV family. At launch in spring 2026, the car will be available with 3 power levels from a new AP290e motor, 85 kilowatts, 99 kilowatts, and 155 kilowatts. That's 116, 135, and 211 metric horsepower, a hotter ID. Polo GTI with 166 kilowatts or 226 horsepower follows later. All of these are front-wheel drive, but the hardware is shared and scaled, which is key for keeping prices down. Battery options mirror that logic. The 85 and 99 kilowatt variants use a 37 kilowatt-hour net lithium iron phosphate pack. LFP chemistry is cheaper, robust in terms of cycle life, and more tolerant of regular fast charging, perfect for an entry-level car that might live its life on short commutes and frequent quick top-ups. Even this smaller pack can take DC fast charging at up to 90 kilowatts, meaning a realistic 20 to 80% top-up in roughly the length of a coffee break, depending on conditions. Step up to the 155 kilowatt and later 166 kilowatt versions, and you get a 52 kilowatt-hour net NMC pack using VW's new Einheitszelle with cell-to-pack construction, which boosts energy density by about 10% while reducing cost and weight. In the ID.Polo, that larger pack unlocks up to about 450 kilometers of WLTP range and supports DC charging at up to 130 kilowatts. Crucially, VW is targeting an entry price of around 25,000 euros. That's not a bargain basement city pod. It's a fully usable family hatch with range, space, and modern assistance systems like a more advanced travel assist that can help with steering, acceleration, and lane changes on the motorway, and even recognize traffic lights and stop signs. The ID.Polo's job isn't to impress EV nerds with outrageous specs. It's to be the default choice when someone walks into a dealership in 2026 and says, "I was gonna buy a Polo. Should I just get the electric one?" Now, if ID.Polo is the electric hatch for the masses, the second car on our list is its taller, tougher sibling, the Volkswagen ID.Cross concept. Officially, ID.Cross is presented as a kompaktes SUV für bezahlbare E-Mobilität, a compact SUV designed to make electric drive accessible. It's roughly in the class of today's T-Cross, but instead of simply lifting a hatchback, it's been conceived from day one as a front-drive MEB Plus vehicle. That means a short front overhang, pushed-out wheels, and a cabin that maximizes space for 5 occupants and their luggage within a city-friendly footprint. Design-wise, it follows the same true Volkswagen and pure positive themes as the ID.Polo, but turned up a notch. The front end is clean, with a new VW face that's more horizontal and less fussy, integrating a wide light bar, simplified grille area, and carefully framed headlamp graphics that give the car an instantly recognizable signature at night. The side view is where the SUV character comes through. Strong shoulders, a high belt line, and robust wheel arch treatments that frame aerodynamic wheels sized to look substantial without killing efficiency. VW explicitly positions the ID.Cross concept as equally at home threading through urban traffic or doing long-distance motorway runs, which is the sweet spot compact SUV buyers live in. The technical details are still more high-level than ID.Polo's because ID.Cross is at the Syriana study stage. We know it sits on the same MEB Plus front-drive hardware, will be one of 4 small and compact EVs VW launches from 2026 onwards, and is aimed squarely at European entry-segment buyers who want the perceived safety and practicality of an SUV body without going up a size class. Importantly, VW is very clear about the mission. ID.Cross is not a halo product. It's the stepping stone that lets families replace their small petrol crossover with an EV without feeling like they've gone backwards on space or price. Think of it as ID.Polo's more adventurous twin, sharing most of the tech, but packaging it for people who live in a world of prams, muddy boots, and supermarket car parks. Now we jump across to Mlada Boleslav and bring Škoda into the picture, starting with the car that will probably be many people's first Škoda EV, the Epiq. On paper, the numbers look almost modest, and that's exactly the point. The Škoda Epiq is about 4.1 meters long, not much bigger than a Fabia, but it offers up to about 490 liters of luggage capacity, or 475 liters in the show car version, and seats 5. That's huge practicality for something that still counts as a city-sized SUV crossover. Škoda quotes a maximum electric range of more than 400 kilometers, and in later show car material talks about up to around 425 kilometers, which is plenty for a car that's meant to live in dense urban and suburban environments. The target price is around 25,000 euros, putting it right into the same affordability bracket as ID.Polo, but with a slightly different character. More rugged, more simply clever, more Škoda. The exterior is a clean, almost chunky expression of modern solid. At the front, a sculpted bonnet carries the new Škoda wordmark rather than the traditional logo, above a glossy black tech deck face that hides the radar and cameras behind dark glass. T-shaped daytime running lights flank the front, while the main LED headlights sit lower down. The front bumper is robust, with a spoiler element in a contrasting, unique dark chrome, and there are bright orange accents on the roof rails, wheels and bumpers that give the car a noticeably more playful vibe than earlier Škoda crossovers. From the side, a strong tornado line separates the glasshouse from the body, emphasizing the shoulders over aerodynamically optimized wheels. The roofline drops gently into a spoiler at the rear, again underlining that mix of efficiency and SUV stance. Inside, Epiq is where Škoda's mobile-first approach becomes obvious. The interior is intentionally minimalist and uses durable, practical, and sustainable materials. There's an open storage shelf in the free-floating center console, complete with a wireless phone charger, and additional simply clever compartments dotted around the cabin. The boot isn't just big, it's engineered to be actually usable. Bag hooks, cargo elements, fastening hooks, and a hidden underfloor compartment mean that the 400+ liters don't just exist on a spec sheet. They're easy to organize in real life. Tech-wise, Škoda is giving Epiq a fully digital experience. There's a digital key that lets you interact with the car via your smartphone, and importantly, Epiq supports bidirectional charging. That means the car isn't just an energy consumer, it can act as a rolling battery, feeding power back to your home or other devices when needed. Under the skin, the car will share hardware with other brand group core small EVs and will be built in Pamplona, Spain, as part of a joint project with Volkswagen and Cupra, a big reason Škoda can offer it at that price point. Production is scheduled to kick off around mid-2026, which lines up neatly with our 2026 Changes Everything theme. If Epiq is the affordable gateway, the next two Škodas on our list are vision statements, literally Vision O and Vision 7S. They show how Škoda sees the future of the estate car and the big family SUV in an electric world. Let's talk Vision O first. This is Škoda's answer to a very specific European question. What happens to the beloved practical estate when everything goes electric? Vision O is their proposed answer, a fully electric estate-style concept that keeps the load-lugging, family-friendly DNA, but adds modern solid design, advanced aerodynamics, and a heavy dose of digital intelligence. On the outside, Vision O's design is all about smooth, confident surfaces. The front drops the old grille in favor of a new tech-loop face, a broad, illuminated front mask that integrates lighting and sensors into a visual O, echoing the car's name. Active grille shutters and carefully designed air channels route airflow around the wheels and along the body, reducing drag. The bonnet features two vents that help cut aerodynamic lift and guide rainwater away from the windscreen. Aerodynamic wheels fill the arches, yet remain mostly closed, again in the name of range. Around the back, T-shaped LED lights form the modern Škoda signature, and a sloping roofline paired with a panoramic roof keeps the silhouette sleek without sacrificing headroom. A standout detail is the circadian hue, paint that shifts from sandy beige to blue depending on light and angle, underlining the concept's future-leaning personality. Step inside Vision O, and you're in an interior that's clearly designed as a test bed for next-generation Škoda cabins. The layout is minimalist but practical, with a wide horizontal horizon display stretching across the dash to keep the most important driver information in your line of sight. A central screen handles navigation and media, but it's supported by a tactile smart dial controller, a physical rotary control you can use to adjust key functions without hunting through menus. Steering wheel buttons back this up, so despite the big screens, you still have haptic anchors for your hands. Vision O offers more than 650 liters of luggage space, plus typical Simply Clever touches such as wireless charging, a portable Bluetooth speaker, and plenty of organized storage. What really makes Vision O feel like a car from the late 2020s rather than just a tarted-up prototype is the integration of AI and lighting. Škoda's LoRa digital assistant is fully baked into the concept, she can manage vehicle functions, plan routes, schedule appointments, suggest local activities, and even tell stories to children on long trips. There's a tranquil mode for autonomous driving scenarios, which reclines seats, dims the horizon display down to essential information, and adjusts ambient lighting to create a calm environment when the car is doing the work. The interior lighting is circadian. It changes subtly throughout the day to match your body's natural rhythm, instead of blasting you with static white LEDs. And almost every visible material is chosen with circularity in mind. 100% recycled polyester knit for seats and surfaces, ultrasynth TPU headrests, ultra suede new with 65% plant-based content on large panels, and Nabor flooring made from recycled leather offcuts. This is Škoda's way of saying, a practical family estate can be a flagship of sustainable material science too. Now zoom out from a sleek estate to something bigger, the Škoda Vision 7S, the car that more or less launched the modern solid design language back in 2022, and still one of the clearest previews of Škoda's future flagship electric SUV. Vision 7S is a large 7-seat SUV concept with an 89 kilowatt-hour battery pack mounted in the floor. Thanks to that battery and careful aero work, Škoda quotes a range of over 600 kilometers in the WLTP cycle, and the car is capable of DC fast charging at up to 200 kilowatts. Those numbers aren't random. They're meant to prove that a big, high-roof family EV can still deliver proper touring range and fast long-distance capability, even before the production car arrives. Stylistically, Vision 7S is the purest expression of modern solid. The front introduces the tech deck face, a slimmer, wider reinterpretation of the traditional Škoda grille, now replaced by a dark glass panel hiding the sensor suite, framed by a new T-shaped light signature. The bumpers are made from recycled tire material, with vertical air inlets at the front and outlets at the rear to manage airflow and brake cooling. The side profile is defined by a strong high tornado line and pronounced shoulders, with square wheel arches filled by 22-inch almost fully closed wheels to cut turbulence. Between the front and rear wheels, additional vents release heat from the high-voltage battery's cooling system. A gently sloping roofline flows into a substantial roof spoiler, again sacrificing a bit of visual chunkiness in favor of drag reduction. Inside, Vision 7S is less a cabin and more a living space prototype. It's designed with two distinct modes, driving and relaxing. In driving mode, the steering wheel and a large central touchscreen are in their normal positions, and the seats are upright. In relaxing mode, think charging stops or autonomous cruising in the future, the front seats can slide back and recline, the second row can shift, and the central display rotates to a more laid-back orientation for media consumption. A unique detail is the child seat integrated into the center console between the front seats, placing the youngest passenger in the safest, most visible position in the car. The materials are again heavily sustainable. Recycled tire veneer on the floor and boot, soft touch surfaces from eco-friendly textiles, and interactivity built into surface treatments. This is Škoda saying, the big family SUV of the future doesn't have to be an anonymous electric brick. It can be thoughtful, protective, and clever inside. Production-wise, Škoda has already said that in 2026, it will stage the world premiere of a flagship electric SUV for up to 7 passengers based directly on the Vision 7S concept. So while the exact details will change, they always do, the combination of a large battery, high-powered DC charging, 7 real seats, and modern solid design is headed for showrooms, not just show stands. Put all 5 cars back next to each other in your mind now. ID.Polo, ID.Cross concept, Škoda Epiq, Vision O, Vision 7S. What ties them together? First, they're all built on variants of the same technological backbone, MEB Plus and its associated batteries, motors, and electronics. That gives VW and Škoda massive economies of scale. The same cell-to-pack Einheit cell that gives an ID.Polo its 52 kilowatt-hour pack and 450 kilometer range can, scaled up, sit under a Vision 7S derived SUV. The same front-drive e-motor architecture can power an affordable Epiq City SUV or an ID.Cross compact crossover. That means faster development cycles, more shared software, and cheaper hardware over time, which is exactly what needs to happen for EVs to stop feeling special and just become the default option. Second, Together, they attack every key mainstream segment that still holds back mass EV adoption in Europe. The small hatch, ID.Polo, the small SUV, Cross concept, the affordable city crossover, Epiq, the family estate, Vision O, and the big 7-seat SUV, Vision 7S, and its production successor. None of these is a six-figure status symbol. They are the cars you see 10 times a day in supermarket car parks and on school runs. Once those segments go convincingly electric, the tipping point street we imagined at the start stops being a thought experiment and becomes the reality you live in. And third, these cars show how VW and Škoda are trying to fix past mistakes. Interiors that got too screen-heavy are being rebalanced with physical controls and smarter UX. Design languages that once looked like generic blobs are being sharpened into distinctive tech deck and tech loop faces, strong light signatures, and confident proportions. Sustainability is no longer a footnote, it's literally built into the seats, floor, and bumpers. Software and AI aren't just connectivity bullet points. LoRa in Vision O becomes an actual assistant, and new travel assist versions in ID models become everyday tools instead of gimmicks. So when we say VW and Škoda 2026, these 5 models will change everything. We're not claiming that one car will magically transform the market overnight. What they change is the baseline. They redraw our expectations of what a small car, a compact SUV, a family estate, or a big 7-seater should be in an electric age in terms of price, space, range, and usability. They take EV tech out of the niche and hardwire it into the ordinary shapes people already trust. If you're watching this a few years from now, you might be doing it from the passenger seat of an Epiq plugged into your house or an ID.Cross silently idling at a school pickup or the third row of a production 7S-inspired SUV somewhere on a motorway holiday run. And you might not even think of your car as an EV anymore. It's just your car. That's the quiet revolution these 5 are designed to start.